Hi everyone, Alex here. I recently did a review of the AYN Odin Pro and I showed some games that have widescreen patches or codes that utilize the entire screen. That's one of the best things about this device when you can actually do that. And it came to my attention there's actually a lot more patches that I wasn't aware of. I'll link the YouTube channel that actually has links to all of these. I have seen a couple of videos from this YouTube channel before. This is how I got widescreen patches for at least Mario Sunshine. I wish I checked out this YouTube channel because I didn't realize his channel was mainly showing that he's done all these things. So I wanted to show some of the games I've patched games for. You have to patch the original ISO. You can't patch an NKit or anything, and then you can recompress it again if you have to. So let's start off with Luigi's Mansion. Actually, I forgot to load a save state. Nintendo. This is one patch. I don't know why some of these patches have that don't fill the entire screen. There's little black bars on the side. It doesn't really bother me that much, but I only really pick up on it because a couple of these games actually do have like full widescreen on here, and it looks really nice. So when I press start or look at any oh no, Luigi, or when I look at the Game Boy, it's all actually just well made. It's not stretched or anything. So these patches do work really well. It's not like when you so when you apply these patches, you have to go to enhancements and turn off the widescreen hack to make sure that these work. I played Luigi's Mansions a lot when I was a kid, but I'm less interested in it these days. I think the widescreen on this overall, the hack was actually pretty good, but one of the main reasons you want to be doing this is so that you don't have all the stretched texts and HUDs and stuff. Alright, let's get out of Luigi's Mansion. Next game, this one's an interesting one actually. So in my review, I showed Paper Mario, and there's Thousand Year Door, and there was a Reddit that talked about how there's this slowdown that happens whenever like the characters go down a pipe or they like make a dramatic turn and there's a certain effect, and this intrigued me. So this is a true widescreen patch, no it's an X Delta patch, and I'm just going to show this as well because I was looking at the Reddit thread, and they said if you apply a HD texture pack to this game, I've talked about this before with Zelda and Mario Sunshine. I'll link those videos as well. If you apply the texture pack, it actually improves the performance where this effect happens. And I went into this a little bit as well, and I found if you underclocked the game by 50%, I'll show this. So I basically have everything. Oops, pardon me. Pardon me. I have everything on, but I've set it to 50%. And I have a save state here because this is the first time I see this effect happen. So it's going to do this. Oh, that's so strange. I've actually seen that happen quicker. Let's double check that. I've seen that go by like twice as quick as that. See, look at that. It's almost like it didn't happen, right? So that might be the best way to test and play this game. You know what? Let's double check that. That's so strange. Why is that not consistent? I'm going to check for my own benefit one more time. But this... Wow. Okay. I'm not sure what's happening there. But that's only happened after I applied the HD texture pack and underclocked by 50%. But yep, another game where the widescreen doesn't hit the edges perfectly, but it looks very good. And Nothing stretched. And having this widescreen and upping the resolution to like 1080p makes these games look like they're not the GameCube version, they're like the Wii or the Switch version, you know? And that's very exciting to me. Anyway, if anybody's got any thoughts about why that is inconsistent, how it does that, I'd be interested to know. Next game I'm going to look at is Super Smash Bros. Melee. Actually, it's down there. Let's look at Monkey Ball first. So Monkey Ball has one, and I thought the hack actually did a really good job anyway. But I decided to keep it. Let's have a look at minigame. No, let's look at party game. By the way, Monkey Target is one of the greatest minigames ever made. You can have such a good time playing this with friends. And it gets quite intense as you go on. If you got a dock and controllers, this is a fantastic minigame to play with friends. But I did actually show this to my brother and I was like, check this out. And he's not really interested in this sort of stuff. But I got him to play this. Everybody loves playing this minigame. So apologize for the glare. It seems quite bright in this video today. So without the X Delta patch for this game, I thought I can't remember. I didn't do a comparison. I thought it looked the same, but here we go. Whatever. Oh, am I gonna make it? I'm not gonna make it. But looks great. So I have applied a patch to Super Mario Sunshine. I think I've showed this before. This also has a HD texture pack on as well. I showed this game in my Odin review, but might as well show it again for the widescreen. This also has the 60 FPS patch as well. I don't know why it's a little slow there. Maybe because I just loaded in, I don't know. I haven't played this in a while. I'm trying to slide on the water. There you go. I actually turned off the FPS counter for GameCube games because the ones I want to play, I know they run very well and I have them set up. Well, I mean, this game I've turned it off because the reason I turned it off in this game is if it does dip down to like 55, 52, I don't really want to know about it because I know for the most part it is going to run at 60. Anyway, this HD texture pack looks really awesome with the widescreen and 60 FPS. Anyway, I've showed a lot of Mario before, so I want to get out of that. Let's have a look at Melee. I think I made a state. Another patch where I think it doesn't touch the ends, but me and my brother used to play the crap out of this game. Oh yeah, I forgot Falcon's got that like do-do-do-do-do punch. It's got like Chun-Li punches. Oh, I'm not really a big I'm not really super into Smash Brothers. If I want to play a fighting game, I'd much rather play Street Fighter or something, but I always get annoyed that when I tap a direction, he's always gonna like dash a little bit and oh, she's dead. Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, I can't hit the target. There you go. Sorry, I just had to check something. Anyway, yeah, that's Melee. And now we're going to get to an exciting part. Now we're going to look at the Zelda games. So Wind Waker has a widescreen. This one doesn't quite touch the edges either, but it looks really good. I also had to apply an action replay code that removes like distance blur. I think it just said remove blur, which makes everything look a lot sharper. This one looks very nice in widescreen. There are some codes for this as well. They probably actually do work good, but I didn't actually test them. I decided to just apply the widescreen patch to this. I think it looks great. So all these games, besides maybe Mario, were all running at 1080p. I really wanted to try and find a way to play this at 60 FPS. I did find an extremely long gecko code that supposedly works as long as you paste it, sorry, in the ini file, and then you have to overclock the game to 200%. But apparently it only works with certain versions of Dolphin. What I actually should have tested is do that, but in the regular version of Dolphin on Android, since I'm using MMJR. It didn't work in MMJR. But now I thought about it, I might actually test that and see if it works in the regular version of Dolphin. Anyway, this game looks lovely. There is actually, I found a HD texture pack for this game, but it was nearly 2 gigabytes. And this game has a very clean, simple look. I thought, no, I'm not going to apply that. It's quite big, and I don't think I'd notice it too much. Whereas Twilight Princess. So, okay, I've done a video where I've shown Twilight Princess with a HD texture pack, and I think it was an action replay code to get it in widescreen, but there was a gecko code to have it in widescreen without stretching the HUD and stuff. It just doesn't work on Android for some reason. Now that I've found this X Delta patch for Twilight Princess, we have true widescreen with no stretched HUD. It looks awesome. It looks beautiful, especially with the texture pack. So I was playing it a little bit earlier. I actually put this off for like nearly a week or something, and again, I'm glad I have, because honestly, it just looks like a really fantastic Wii game now or something. The HUD looks excellent, and you also have to apply the action replay code for the Hyrule speed hack. Otherwise, it's going to run very slow. But I pasted the code in, worked perfectly for me straight away. So that's great. But when I loaded in, I was in a specific spot, and I could just, for some reason, see the textures so well. And I was like, wow, this game looks gorgeous. So I'm actually really excited, again, to dig into this. Was it here? I want to get off you, opponent. It might have been here. Actually, it wasn't here. I think it's further up. You could specifically see, like, the ground texture was just so sharp. What's wrong, opponent? Come on. There's one more GameCube game I'm going to show after this, and then I'm going to look a little bit into some of the DS games I covered in the review. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So I was standing like right here or something. Yeah, this game looks beautiful. So now it's like the game is, it's like a HD re-release properly now. All I can do is cross my fingers that the game's going to run like this perfectly for the entire playthrough. So yeah, true widescreen. It looks so good. Sometimes it's better to pull away and just get that shot where it's just like, it's on a handheld device and looks this nice. Okay, enough of that. Let's look at so Wario World's the next game. I've never played this. It's not. I don't know if I'm interested in playing it. But this has a proper Excel, a widescreen patch. Yeah, I've never really been into Wario games, but I think some people like swear by them. There is a little bit of slowdown though. I noticed that a little bit in this game. I'm not sure if this is a game I just need to drop down to 720p. Because I did play around with the overclock settings a little bit. I don't want to mess around just doing that too much right now, but see, you're getting some slowdown around here. But the widescreen looks very nice. If you really like Wario World, I'm sure this will be a treat. Anyway, on the YouTube channel, there's even more like... Oh, what? Just happened? I don't know what. Yeah, so on the YouTube channel, there's even more like games for the GameCube that you can patch. So there was like some Mario Party games, for example, but I wasn't interested in those. Now we're going to be looking at Nintendo DS. So the YouTube channel also has some patches for DS games, but from my understanding, they probably aren't going to work unless you use Decime. I'm not sure. I tried to patch like Mario and Sonic Rush, for example, but it didn't look like it was going to work. However, on that page, there was a 60 FPS patch for Super Mario DS. And there was a Reddit page where I found codes to get widescreen on these games. So now... Mario 64 is widescreen, 60 FPS. It looks really good. When I showed this in the review, this game was actually a little bit wider, so I realized that the widescreen patch actually didn't work on this game for some reason. I don't know why it has now. I think what I ended up doing was downloading a different ROM. Maybe the code wasn't going to work with the particular ROM I had, but now it works with this one. Yeah, it looks great. All this stuff makes me want to play these games, and I'm just like, dude, I got other stuff to do as well. So many games I want to play. Yep, so this has a 60 FPS patch, which has been patched in like a X Delta patch, and then a code, which is I'll show you quickly actually. So I go to menu, custom cheats, and I had to apply this myself. So I wrote widescreen, I copied the code in. You can type it in or manually, but you can also just connect this to your PC, find the folder which has these cheats and stuff, and just manually put them in yourself. It's a lot quicker to do it that way. I didn't do it that way. I typed them all in because I'm stupid. And yeah, Works fantastic on that game. I'm going to change the game to, I showed this in my review. What am I doing? Sorry, change game. It's in recent games, that'll be quicker. Metroid Prime Hunters. So this is again a code. Sorry, I should have picked my load state. This is a code. And in the settings of this emulator in Drastic, I've set the right stick to work in FPS mode. So it's emulating the touch screen, but it's just doing a thing to make it feel like I can play with the right stick. If I really need to, I can put in the second screen and use my thumb to do that if I like. It's a bit sensitive, but you get used to it after a while. And I've never actually played this game myself. I don't know if it's any good. I think there were like mixed reactions to it, maybe because of the control style, but that's one of the things that's really great about emulation. It actually leads in very well to the next thing I was just going to show here. So oh no, I want to press this button. So I have widescreen patches for the Zelda games, so Phantom Hourglass, for example. Continue last save in widescreen, and now I've applied a patch which lets me use the control stick to run around. And the patch, they did explain the controls, so I don't actually remember what they are, but I don't have a sword yet. But apparently, for example, you have to like press 2 buttons together to do a spin slash or something. So if I was seriously going to play this game, I would you know, look at those again. But this is so much nicer. What's the second screen? It's a big map. Yeah, you don't really need it. You can just do that quickly and have a look. So that's awesome. This is exactly how I'd want to play this game. Bit of a shame, it's just 8 directional movement, but what can you do? It's originally a Dpad, so it is what it is. And just to show that it's exactly the same with Spirit Tracks. That's another game I haven't played. You can run around with the D-pad here too. Much nicer. His hair looks kind of pink for some reason, I don't know. Oh, this button again. I got so used to pressing back all the time. Change game. I had a quick look at... Oh, I changed the name of the ROM because I wanted to get rid of all the pointless data at the end. It was Pokemon Black. Oh, I don't have a save because I changed the name. But I've applied the widescreen codes to Pokemon Black and White and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I just don't have any save states. Let's open Heart Gold and just see if we can notice. Actually, I haven't even opened this game once. So I'm going to turn off those controls. I'm going to go down and set the screen layout to landscape full screen. That looks, I can't tell if that looks a bit stretched or not. I think, I'm not sure what screen I was supposed to look at, but I think the widescreen only works on, there we go. Oh, it changed screen again. Okay, so I don't know for sure, but if I was playing this, I would just double check and see if I downloaded the right ROM for the code. I don't know why that matters too much, but yeah. Oh my god, pressing back again. Change game. I don't think I did anything to Radiant Historia. Radiant Historia has a patch. Continue from last save. This looks quite nice as well. There's a 3DS version of this game. I haven't got it on here, but it adds like voice acting. I don't actually like the voice acting. I originally played the DS version of this and I loved it. But when I tried playing it again, I wasn't very interested. The 3DS version had some more things. But if you want to play the DS version with a widescreen, this looks really good. At least, I'm pretty sure it's working. It looks good to me regardless. Done it again, press back. Another game that actually looks really good with the widescreen, and I've never played this one either, is Okamiden. I have Okami on my Switch, and I got really far in the game, but I lost interest for some reason. I don't know. Everybody says these are like perfect kind of like Zelda, alternative Zelda games. And like they are, but for some reason I'm just not too into them. And usually this sort of like gibberish talk doesn't really bother me, but in the Okami games, I don't know, it's not for me. But the game does look fantastic. I'm not sure how you're supposed to turn left and right. I think you... oh, I went into painting mode. I think you have to like... No, not there. If I was playing that, you can get rid of that button if you need to. But I keep it on just to like... I just like it. If I was playing a game seriously, I'd turn it off though. I remember early on when I was covering the Odin, there was a floating icon to pull out a menu, and people were like, oh, that's horrible, I want to get rid of it. And you can. Anyway, that looks great. I've done it again. I was going to go press back. So, I don't think I have any other games here that I really want to show. I don't think I have any more codes actually. All I did in the review was show how I'd actually stretch some of these 2D games, for example, to look how I think they'd look really good. So it's not... Oops. Didn't want to go in there. So it's not 4x3, but it's not stretched the entire screen either. I think that looks nice for 2D games. I do the same on like PlayStation 1 games that are 2D. But that's not any codes. You don't need a code. Codes are really for games that have 3D in them, because it's obviously a much bigger play space than the screen shows, so that that actually works. So there, that's it for the Nintendo DS. So I wanted to just explain that on the on the YouTube page there are codes to sorry, not codes, patches where you can patch Nintendo DS games. It just doesn't seem like they're working. Actually, I'll show you. I'll show Sonic Rush. I think because I patched it, it doesn't show up in recent games now. I have to go down here. And so here's Sonic Rush. And I've set the screens to be on top of each other. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe that is fine. Maybe that is proper widescreen. But when you do this, because you really kind of need both screens, I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of this one. So this game in particular on the DS is not a code. I patched the ROM myself. But I can't remember what the original looks like. Dude, I really like this game when it came out. And Hideki Naganuma's soundtracks are awesome. They kind of just make any game better. Ow. Okay, so that's the end of Nintendo DS. I also wanted to go over that on the YouTube page there are patches to patch N64 games, but I just wanted to explain, like, for me personally, I actually like, so let's look at like Mario 64 for example. The widescreen in this emulator works very well, but if you were going to patch this game, what would happen is, again, it would be true widescreen, but these HUD elements would be pushed across to where they should be. This doesn't really bother me, so I don't feel like I don't feel like I want to patch every N64 game and just have the same thing, but these pushed to the side. But what I did want to explain, because this is what actually put me off in the first place, is I patched Banjo-Kazooie. This isn't the patched one, by the way. I'm just going to show you that Jumbo, that this is what it looks like not patched. This is this game in particular trying to do widescreen, and this is the only game that has these kind of glitches that I've seen so far. But the thing is, when I patched this game and then, you know, played it on this emulator, I'm pretty sure I didn't have the same widescreen setting on. It did the same thing. It still had glitches. So, I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong. Also, when you apply these patches to the N64 ROMs, you can't use cheats, and this game in particular has a 60 FPS cheat, so I wouldn't be able to play this game at 60 frames, or at least when it can run 60 frames. But if you wanted to play another N64 game and just use some of the cheats for whatever reason, you know, unlock levels or whatever, you can't. And the other thing, and this is just something that annoys me, is so I patched Banjo-Kazooie. Instead of that nice cover art that showed up, it just showed, like, you know, a generic symbol for an N64 game. I didn't like that. I wasn't really interested in that. So anyway, that is the end of this video for widescreen. I kind of feel like I've jumbled about with this video, but I hope that was interesting to you. So give it a like. Subscribe, and I'll be doing more content of the Odin as more things happen, hoping for more PS2 content. So yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.